tire is fully deflated, the sidewall cracked and collapsed. Thick rust has swallowed the steel around the bead area where moisture sat for years. The rocker panel is the worst, swollen, cracked and partially missing. This isn't surface rust, this is structural decay. If the floor and sills are this bad, recovery will need controlled winching and proper support. No sudden movement, no yanking. He lowers his stance again, checking how the panel meets the floor. He doesn't press on it, he just studies the thickness, the power. The rear crossmember is heavily corroded, especially near the corners where moisture traps. I'm scanning slowly.
Structural ribs are visible beneath flaking paint, many streaked with rust lines running downward. At 2 ribs,
No daylight visible, good sign the roof skin isn't perforated yet, but it's close. Floor weak, side structure compromised, moisture damage widespread, but not beyond repair.
Only now does the technician place one boot just inside, carefully distributing weight. The floor flexes slightly, but holds.
All right, keep coming straight. Easy over that slab.
Checking the clearance above the van now. Looks good, just open sky. I'll spot the hook drop zone slightly forward of center to balance the load and prevent sag.
I'll use the cross member up front. It's corroded, but thick enough right here.
Okay. And for the rear, let's use that support point further back, away from this thin edge.
Angles look good. Clear on this side.
Confirmed structural integrity at the front mount. Ready for tension.
Hold position. Hold position. Check the rotation on that wheel now.
All tight back here. Front straps checked. Looks good.
Initiating smooth lane change. Controlled lean, load remains stable. All secure.
Straps are secure. Blocks confirmed. All clear.
We need to consider the safest unload path, perhaps a controlled winch off the ramp.
The tyres are compromised and the sills are too rusted.
All right, right there. Set the brake. Chalk is in. We are secure. Pads look solid. Clear on this side. Hold it there. Looks good. Take it up.
Crossmember mounts are heavily oxidized. Brake lines look compromised too.
Yeah, noted. We need to reinforce the floor sections before going further.
Check the rust swelling around those nuts.
Yeah, they're rough.
Breaker bar confirmed. Ready to brake torque.
Steady pressure. Good, just like that. Now the next one.
Safety locks engaged. Arms secure.
Wheels cleared, floor dry, stabilization confirmed. This rust is really flying. I better mask up and put down the tray.
Control that dust cloud and keep the area clear. Safety first.
Ease up, it's thin there.
Easy on the grinder around these mounts. See this spot here?
Yeah, I see it.
Mark it for reinforcement.
We'll vacuum the debris first, then apply the rust converter and protective oil, but only once the area is dry and stable.
Okay, putting my weight down slowly. Tell me if it gives. Yep. Holding steady so far. Move to the left. The wiring harness looks okay, but this connector is completely loose.
Yeah, and look at the corrosion starting on that bracket.
Checking these mounting bolts for seizing. The metal around this front one looks a bit weak, maybe a hairline crack developing.
He stops for a few seconds, touches the panel lightly with the back of his glove to check heat buildup. If it's warm, he shifts to an... He works the boundary between paint and exposed steel, feathering the edge so it transitions smoothly instead of leaving sharp step lines that would trap moisture later. Start on flat panels. He begins on the largest flat surfaces first, mid-side panel and upper cargo wall, using a sanding disc with light pressure. We shift to the lower sections and arches, where corrosion is worst. Reduce pressure even more, working carefully to avoid tearing through weak metal.
We're focusing on the wheel arch and lower sill now. You have to reduce the pressure here, working carefully to avoid tearing through this weak metal.
We stop and inspect every section, shining the light across the surface. Glossy paint remnants stand out, so we mark... When the seam looks swollen, split, or flaky, I mark a long line and write soft seam beside it. temple. Using a wire brush or sanding disc, he removes loose scale until only solid steel remains. The edges sharpen.
Redraw the patch shapes into clean, workable outlines, squares and rectangles, not random, jagged shapes. Avoid cutting into seams unless necessary.
Press the cardboard against the opening and trace the exact shape. Remember to label each template by location so they don't get mixed up during fabrication.
How does the curve look right here? It's tight on the bottom edge, but we might need a slight adjustment up top.
Performing a hammer tap test for strength verification. We're listening for tone changes. Solid steel gives a firm ring, while weak metal sounds dull. Using a clean rag and panel cleaner to remove contamination. This helps the rust treatment bond correctly and prevents future corrosion. We apply the rust converter to this test area first to confirm the reaction and drying behavior on the metal surface. The technician vacuums again around the seams, then wipes the panel with degreaser to remove sanding grit and oily fingerprints.
How does that look up there? This section is solid. No gaps.
How are the seams holding up?
They're tight now, especially near those rust pits. Ready for the clear spray.
Ensure these edges are tight, especially near the seams.
I've pressed them down. It's ready for the clear spray now.
Mixing ratio says 2 parts coating to 1 part reducer. Pot life is an hour.
Perfect. Confirmed suitable for the bare rusted metal.
Base coat to the 200 line. Got it. And the activator to the 300 milliliter mark. Perfect. All right, stop the flow right there. Right. Confirmed, exactly on the mark. Ensure you scrape the sides and bottom thoroughly. Okay, it looks completely uniform now. Ensure it's fully strained.
Timing the pot life now. We have 10 minutes before it thickens. All right, we've selected this discrete area low on the sill lip. Surface looks clean and dry.
Confirmed. Starting the application process now.
Ease up on the fluid just a touch. It's running heavy on the edges. Got it.
As you can see, we treat the flat panels in sections, applying the coating evenly in smooth passes to avoid any running or pooling.
Technician begins spraying from the upper sections downward, moving in smooth overlapping passes. The first coat is a mist coat, thin and controlled.
Still showing a dull patch here. Needs a finer coat to match the gloss.
All right, blending it in now.
Flashing off well. I don't see any runs or pooling in the pits. Confirmed. The coat is settling evenly. We need a perfect match for this yellow. The ratio is set here.
Pouring the hardener now. Stirring until completely uniform.
He starts with a light tack coat across the side panels. This first coat helps the next layers bond without runs.
That wet look finish came out perfectly even.
Yeah, yeah, the British Telecom yellow really pops now. We are good to let it settle.
Rear wheel secured and stable. Alignment confirmed. Looks good. Lug nuts are tight and flush, team leader. Confirmed. Alignment is straight, ready to take the load.
The repaired sections look consistent. Final finish is excellent.
Looks good.
Inspection complete. No loose parts. Gaps are good. So,
Excellent work. Confirmed.
there she is, ready to roll. Perfect restoration, just in time for the client.